Welcome to Google Drive. This is the third in a series to teach you more about your Google Drive. This time we're focusing on the left side. Feel free to pause the video at any time if you want to investigate more of what we just covered. Take your time, there's no rush. Now let's jump into more of your Google Drive, the left side. So you're going to notice that there are basically two columns in your Google Drive, the left side and then the main big square of your drive. Today we're going to focus on this left side. This can be intimidating, but it doesn't have to be. It's an easy way for you to navigate around your drive. And this column will stay here whenever you jump into one of your folders. And as long as you're not actually opening up a document or a file, you'll see this over on the left side. It's a great way, and I'm going to show you a few different little tips and tricks. So over here on the left, you can see you got your main drive. Now what a lot of people don't realize, and this is probably one of my favorite features of this left column, is these triangles. And you're going to see these little triangles all over in Google and many other search engines too. So if you come over here and you click on this little triangle, you're going to see what I always describe as a tree. So you see how these all have different little triangles on there too? You can click on each of the triangles and you get drop downs. And you can see I have Google Photos back to 2004. And in each of these different folders, you're going to see a little trick that you can change the folder colors. We'll talk about that another day. But each of these gives you very quick access to subfolders and other items that you have nested inside of these. But this tree is a great tool, especially when you want to, say, take this file. You can drag and drop it over into one of these, and it automatically will house it in its new location. But you don't have to see it. So if you just click on that triangle, it goes away. This next one, computers, would be if you are syncing your folders, just like it says on here. I am choosing not to. And then here is probably the one that I get a tremendous amount of questions about, shared with me. This can be a very scary place. And I say scary in a humorous way because I have a lot of people say they want to clean this up. They want to get rid of this stuff. How do I organize this? The short answer is you can't. And I tell people, don't go there unless you need it. If I was looking for something that this lady, Jackie Sloan, shared with me, and I couldn't find it in my drive, I'd come here. But you can see people share things, and depending on how long you have used Google Drive, your shared with me could go on and on for a really long time. So basically, don't go here unless you absolutely need to. It is a deep, dark, black hole. This is probably a great tool, especially for students or teachers that can't have their drives organized just yet, and that will be a topic that we'll cover later. But this recent is a great place where if you want to go and access something that you've done recently, but you can't maybe remember what you called it, or maybe you forgot to call it something. You see this example document. I'd say, well, what the heck is that? In this recent, this might be what I am looking for. But you can scroll back, and it does timestamp it for you. You can see all of these. January 5th, it was opened by me. You can see the owners. You can see the size of the file if it's a non-Google item. So that's a great place to go if you worked on something yesterday or last week, but you can't exactly remember what it's called. Then over here in Google Photos, I touched on this briefly. You can see some of the pictures, and again, it's organized by date, so you can scroll through and see some of the pictures that you've synced to your Google account, and then starred is the final one. This starred location is a great place for you to star a small handful of documents or files that you want to have quick access to on a regular basis, and then you remember to go into your starred folder in order to access them. And then finally over here, trash. We are living in a digital world. You can see I've trashed a lot of items. I do that regularly if I come across something that I don't want or don't need anymore. Or you can see I've got some videos in here that I decided to delete. And until you empty your trash, which is possible, it's not really gone. But once you do click on that and you empty your trash, it is gone, and you're probably never going to be able to recover it. So I'd stay away from there. That's a wrap for Google's Drive, the left side of your drive. Keep watching, there's always more to learn.